Hello and welcome to the new series of Drishti IAS. I am Pooja Devedi, and in this segment today we are going to discuss about the unscheduled speech made by the RBI governor recently. This topic is important from the perspective of prelims and also from the perspective of GS 1 paper 3. So let's begin with why news. Now again, talk about the economic stimulation that has been very much demanded right now. As India is a COVID ravaged country, the RBI governor has made an unscheduled speech today. In his speech, he has highlighted certain points, such as on-tap liquidity facility of rupees 50,000 crore to ease access to healthcare services for all stakeholders in the COVID fight. Under this, fresh lending support to vaccine makers, manufacturers, logistic firms, and this will be available till repayment or maturity. Such lending, this will be considered a priority sector lending. Now, if we talk about priority sector lending, this is a certain sector of an economy which needs utmost support in certain times, such as agriculture and health infrastructure is also amongst it. Under the scheme, a special loan book will be created by the banks, and banks can park liquidity equal to their COVID loan books at 40 basis points above the reverse repo rate. RBI will do a second purchase of government securities, aggregating rupees 35,000 crore in 2 weeks. A targeted long-term repo operation up to rupees 10,000 crore will be started for small financial banks. The upper limit is rupees 10 lakh per borrower. Small finance banks can now on-lend to smaller microfinancial institutions of a set size up to rupees 500 crore. And the RBI will allow states to remain in overdraft for a maximum of 50 days. The limit was 36 days earlier. Besides, the number of consecutive overdraft days will go up to 3 weeks from 2 weeks earlier. Now, this facility pertains to funds under the ways and means advances. Individuals and MSME borrowers can avail one-time restructuring till September 30, 2021. This covers those having exposure up to rupees 25 crore and those that was standard as of March 31st this year. The moratorium period under restructuring 1.0 can now be extended up to 2 years. Banks can use counter-cyclical provisions for the purpose of bad loan provisioning, and rationalization of KYC compliance is also included. Limited KYC can now be used till December 1st, 2021. Video-based KYC will be provided for certain categories. Let's talk about the Reserve Bank of India. The RBI, it was established on April 1st, 1935 in accordance with the provisions of RBI Act of 1934. The central office of the Reserve Bank was initially established in Calcutta but was permanently moved to Mumbai in 1937. The central office is where the governor sits and where policies are formulated, though originally privately owned. Since nationalization in 1949, the RBI is fully owned by the Government of India. If we talk about its preamble says to regulate the issue of banknotes and keeping of reserves with a view to securing monetary stability in India and generally to operate the currency and credit system of the country to its advantage, to have a modern monetary policy framework to meet the challenges of an increasingly complex economy, and to maintain price stability while keeping in mind the objective of growth. Let's talk about the structure of RBI. The RBI affairs are governed by the Central Board of Directors, and the board is appointed by the Government of India in keeping with the RBI Act. The directors are appointed or nominated for a period of 4 years. And if we talk about the conclusion of the whole segment, the whole speech of the RBI governor, he has said that India was poised for growth at the turn of the year, but the situation has drastically changed now. Although India has mounted a valiant challenge, the situation has reserved from being on the foothills of strong economic recovery to facing a fresh crisis. Global growth outlook highly uncertain, clouded with downside risk. The RBI will deploy all sources at its disposal to counter the impact of the virus, including using unconventional tools to tackle any emerging stress. It will also work with the government to ease stress faced by the citizens and will take big and small steps through the year. Data shows persistence of input price pressures. Normal monsoon forecast should help contain food price inflation. Have faith in the Indian ability to come out of the COVID-19 crisis. And immediate objective is to save lives and restore livelihoods. So that's it for today. Tomorrow we shall meet again with another segment. Until then, stay updated, stay safe, and thank you so much for watching.